Hello and welcome to the channel where we talk about all things Weishwarz and chill with friends. My name is Liam and today I want to share with you my top 10 Japanese phrases you need to know before traveling to Japan. Now, if you are new to the channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button, and if you enjoy what we do here, please let me know by hitting that like button. As well as that, check out my other social medias on Twitch, on X and on Discord. Links are down in the description below. But let's jump straight in. Now, for my 30th birthday, I am going to be in Japan to go on a holiday, go meet some friends, as well as have some very interesting interviews and videos to record. Now, I have been to Japan before, and last time I made sure I knew a few phrases just to get by. But this time I know a bit more Japanese thanks to my teacher Yuri Senpai, who's actually going to be a special guest on this video.
Hello everyone, I'm Yuri, a fellow Weishwarz player, Japanese learner of around 7 years. I have JLPT and 4 certification. Last year I finished third year Japanese in university, and I'd say I'm pretty good at it. And Weiss asked for my help making a video for you guys when it comes to different words and phrases you should know when you're traveling to Japan. I just came back from Japan 2 weeks ago. I'm so sad I left.
And today we want to share what we believe are the 10 best phrases to learn as a foreigner in Japan traveling for a holiday. Now, before I start, I do want to put a little disclaimer. My pronunciation may not be perfect, so please don't bully me too much, but I'm trying my best, and there is nothing wrong with trying to speak Japanese, especially when you go into the country. It's a good sign of respect, and it will help you get through just a daily trip through in Japan. But let's jump into our first one, which is going to be your basic greetings, your ohayo gozaimasu, your konnichiwa, and konbanwa. Starting with konnichiwa. Konnichiwa is your basic hello. It can be used at any point during the day. It can be used in formal and in casual settings. Konnichiwa is just a general hi, hello, however you want it to be. Now, if you are specifically wanting to go more formal and recognize the time of day, if it's in the morning, you could easily use ohayo or ohayo gozaimasu if you want to be more formal. And in the evening, you can use konbanwa, which literally means good evening.
To get someone's attention in Japan, I recommend using sumimasen. Sumimasen means excuse me. Like, sumimasen, kore wa ikura desu ka? Sumimasen, toire wa doko desu ka? It's a really good way to catch anyone's attention. Just be like, ah, sumimasen.
Moving swiftly on to our pleases, we can use kudasai, and we can also use onegaishimasu. Now, starting with kudasai, it is more of a casual way of saying please, and the only time you might really use this is maybe in like a bar or a pub setting, like something like that, where you might be using a biru kudasai, which is like beer please when you're speaking to the barman or bar person. So I strongly recommend only using kudasai then. Otherwise, please get in the habit of using onegaishimasu. It is much more polite, it is much more formal, and especially in a public setting where you've got a cashier, onegaishimasu, or if you've got someone who's like a store assistant, using onegaishimasu is just a lot more polite and shows more awareness of the Japanese that's normally used in Japanese culture. Now, for all you weebs out there that will definitely go around Japan, go to a glass cabinet and go, ooh, I really want that. What you need to know is sumimasen, showcase onegaishimasu, which literally means that you're trying to get a store assistant's attention by saying sumimasen, and then saying showcase onegaishimasu, which is I would like to look at this thing in this showcase, please, i.e. a glass cabinet. They call it a showcase. And to show the store assistant what you want, simply point at the card you would like, and then say a number followed by mai to basically get that number of cards from the showcase. For example, ichimai would be 1 card, nimai would be 2 cards, sanmai would be 3 cards, yonmai would be 4 cards, and so on and so forth. With things like figurines, you want to stick to the standard hitotsu, futatsu, mitsu, yotsu, itsutsu, where you want to be doing more just things and objects. But yeah, that mai is specifically for cards, like trading cards and things like that. So if you're able to know the difference, fantastic. If not, I would recommend sticking to your hitotsu, futatsu, and so on and so forth that way. You can't go wrong then.
Another life-saving sentence that I want to tell you all is toire wa doko desu ka? Wa doko desu ka is where is. X wa doko desu ka is where is X. Toire means toilet. Whenever you need, just go up to the nearest working person and ask, すみません、トイレはどこですか? and they'll help you. Now, 3 directions you should know when you're being led somewhere or you're being told where to go. Masugu, hidari, and migi. Masugu is forward. Hidari is left and migi is right. For example, toire wa migi ho desu. Toilet is on the right side. For example, you can also ask, koko wa doko desu ka? Let's say you don't know where you are. Where's this? Koko is where this place is koko. You can also say soko, which is that place, and asoko. Now, what's the difference? Because they're both that place. For example, let's say this pen
これはペンです。
is the place I want to go. Now here, it's very close to me, so I can say soko because it can be seen. But let's say it can't be seen. So say, asoko wa doko desu ka? It also works this way for kore, sore, and are, which kore is this, and sore and are are that. But it can be the that that's here or the that that's there. Japanese is weird. I love it.
Now this one's a bit of a weird one because this is only going to be a thing if you're going out there to meet someone, say at a business and things like that, where you'll want to formally introduce yourself. Now the way that you do this, for example, for me, I would say, Hajimemashite, watashi wa Rian desu, yoroshiku onegai shimasu, which literally means, nice to meet you, my name is Liam, please look favourable upon me, is the best translation for yoroshiku onegai shimasu. It's basically asking them to look after you. But for example, I'll be using this phrase when I go to meet Kidani-san during my interview. Subtle plug. And yeah, so if you are going out to meet people and to, you know, go for an interview or anything like that, you definitely want to use your yoroshiku and your onegai shimasu and your hajimemashite. It's just a really good thing to learn in general.
Now let's say you want to buy a thing. You're in Japan, you're probably a weeb, you want to buy a thing. For example, I want to buy this cute Daya Love Life Sunshine acrylic figure, Best Girl Plug, and I want to ask how much it costs. So I will go ahead and ask, Sumimasen, kore wa ikura desu ka? How much does this cost? X wa ikura desu ka means how much does X cost? Sales tax in Japan is 10%, but everything is absurdly cheap except clothes. There are of course stores that will have huge signs. You cannot miss them. They will have huge signs that say tax-free shop, and they're everywhere. So you don't need to worry about sale tax too much. I can say words, I promise.
Now, how do you accept or turn away certain things? Obviously, you need to know what yes and no means in Japanese, and that is hai and iie. So hai being yes and iie being no. Recognize that I say iie, I sort of hang on that i. If you said ie, that means house, home. You want to use iie to say no. But something that's more important, I guess, is if you're in a store and the cashier asks you, would you like this in a bag, or would you like this heated up if you get into a konbini? You would want to use the hai and iie with something else to make it make sense and be more polite. For example, if you wanted a bag, you'd say, hai, onegai shimasu. Or you could just use onegai shimasu. You don't even need the height at the beginning. Same with if you want to reject something, you can go iie daijobu, which literally means no, I'm okay, thank you. Or you could say daijobu desu. Daijobu, it's okay. You can sort of use those sort of combinations depending on how fluent and in the culture you want to be. Hai and iie will get you by absolutely fine, but you could use onegai shimasu when receiving something or asking if you want to receive something, or daijobu desu, which is like it's okay if you want to decline something politely.
Let's talk about saying thank you. You're gonna say thank you a lot in Japan, and I'm pretty sure pretty well known that arigato is thank you in Japanese. You can also say domo arigato, which is thank you very much, and then domo arigato gozaimasu, which is like thank you so much for everything that you've given me. You can just say arigato, perfectly fine, perfectly valid.
Now obviously Japanese is not a Romanic language. By that I mean they do not use the same alphabet that we do in English. They obviously use their own language of kana, which is obviously combined of kanji, katakana and hiragana. And if you're looking at a menu in a restaurant and they give you the Japanese menu, you will have virtually zero idea of what they're saying on there unless you have Google Translate. Strong recommendation, have a translation app on your phone which will take a picture and you can translate live. Strong recommendation on my part there. But in a restaurant, most cases they'll have an English menu. And the way to ask for that is Eigo menu ga arimasu ka? And let's break that down. So Eigo, which is English language, menu is a menu, and then ga, which is like a question mark in particle, and then arimasu ka, which is from the verb aru, which is to have, and then you're saying maska, which is basically turning it into a question. Now I want to quickly touch base on the word menu, which is basically what is known as a borrowed foreign word, or in Japanese, gairaigo. And we've already heard a few gairaigo in this video: toire, biru, showcase, and other ones as well. For example, you could have menu, you could have Starbucks, you could have McDonald's, McDonaldo, which is McDonald's. There are all sort of words like that out there, so it's quite good to know.
Now let's say you don't know much Japanese, which is fine, totally cool. Japanese is a headache, I know. So you can ask a person, "Eigo o hanasemasu ka?" or just "Eigo hanasemasu ka?" which is, "Do you speak English?" Eigo is English. If you speak a little bit of Japanese, you can say, "Nihongo ga sukoshi shika hanasemasen." Like, I can't speak more than a little bit of Japanese. If you don't understand what someone's saying to you, which is perfectly fine, that happened to me way too much in Japan, you can say, "Sumimasen, wakaranakatta, mo ikai?" which is, "I'm sorry, I didn't catch that. One more time?" Moikai is one more time.
But that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. What do you think to these 10 phrases? And a massive thank you to my teacher Yori Senpai for helping get these phrases and this list together. But do you think there are any important phrases that we missed in this video? Let me know in the comments below and help educate the community. And again, as always, if you haven't already, please consider hitting that subscribe button. And if you enjoy what we do here and you enjoyed this video, please let me know by hitting that like button. And as well as that, check out my other socials on Twitch, on X, and on Discord. Those links are down in the description below. But yeah, I really enjoyed doing some non-Weisschwartz content, and there will be more coming soon, especially with my trip to Japan, so I hope you look forward to that. But that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye!